morning. Are you feeling a bit blue?
The dogs aren't.
Blue Monday, famously the day that we are supposed to be the most depressed. Apparently, originally made up by a holiday company that wanted to sell holidays, but I believe it's a real thing. It's the time of year, isn't it? A couple of weeks in, lots of failed New Year's resolutions, lots of still feeling fat, lots of bad weather, lots of that feeling that your life's slipping away and you're not looking after yourself in the way that you'd absolutely promised yourself in those few days running up to New Year, all the changes you were going to make. So I'm struggling a bit with it in the middle of January. I said to you last night, didn't I? I said, let's have a really good conversation today about how we can grapple back some of the ground we feel like we're losing from the things that we wanted to change and be better with this year, looking after, you know, our mental health, taking more time, less time on social media, less time on our phones, more time in our relationship, all of that stuff that we talked about when we were having a lovely time in Cornwall that slips away. And I think so many people generally feel like that. Obviously for you and for other people that do actually suffer from depression, I get the blues. I don't suffer from depression. I get anxious because the world is crazy and we're all overworked and do too much. But with you, it's more of a clinical thing, isn't it? So I suppose your way would be very different. Mine is try and eat better, Nadia, try and exercise better, try and get a bit more sunshine, all that stuff.
My opinion on the whole thing is this. I think Blue Monday is an opportunity. Well, it's a commercial opportunity, but it's also an opportunity for everyone to have a little sort of almost weekend away into depression. I think it goes against everything that is mental health. It's as commercial, and it's as, in a sense, sort of, I don't know, there's a sort of corporate element to it that means that today it's all right to feel blue. And I think it's always dangerous when you have
Because everyone will talk about it.
No, and it's really worried that you have demarcated time to feel negative, down, sad, and all this kind of thing. So everyone feels like today they can think about it. It goes back to this idea that I have that just because we theoretically have mental health awareness, that just because we have some awareness of it, it's kind of dealt with. And I do worry that things like Blue Monday means that for all those people who are struggling every day, every week, and aren't always struggling every day and every week, and are certainly not always struggling on a Monday, but perhaps struggle on every Monday, Blue Monday puts pressure on everyone, I think. I think it puts pressure on people who perhaps aren't feeling down to feel down, and I think it puts pressure on people who are struggling in so many different ways. And I even find the word feeling down or blue somehow kind of negative, because you know it's not as simple as that. It's much more complicated how you feel when you have mental health issues around depression, bipolar, and all these things. You could be having an ecstatic day. You could be having a great day today, but because everyone's banging on about Blue Monday, I do. I think it could trigger people in one way. I don't think that's not what I'm not saying is that it's not well intentioned. I mean, it wasn't originally. Let's face it, it wasn't. It was a commercial choice by a tour operator or something.
That's our dogs, by the way, if you're wondering what that is.
Yeah, they're definitely not blue. And so it's
Do you
interesting.
think the same, guys?
Well, no, but it's interesting. As soon as our friend Michelle said it this morning, I hadn't necessarily thought about it, though I'd had a really negative evening last night. I'd had a really blue Sunday. But there is this thing. So, yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to know what people think. Do you think that Blue Monday...
Does it trigger you? Does it trigger you, like Mark's saying?
Is a pressure?
Because it's really good, isn't it? Because for you it does. For
no,
me,
I'm not saying it does.
No, it might do, but you worry about people. For me, I never thought of that. For me, it comes at me, Blue Monday, and I go, okay, why is that? Because I am feeling a bit like I've lost my step and lost my way. I'm going to have a really good think about it today, and because my natural proclivity is to try and see something positive. So I'm thinking, right, but I'd never thought of it that way. So that's really interesting that actually it could make people think, God, don't you understand? I feel like this all the time. Or it doesn't need to be a bloody Monday. It doesn't need to be a blue, pink, orange, yellow Monday.
Absolutely.
This is what I'm dealing with.
And also there's that slightly other thing, which I think is often has been a generational divide, where, so for example, my nan and granddad would have said to me, if they even had any way of catering for something like a Blue Monday, they'd have gone, oh, all right, okay, well, Blue Monday's Blue Monday, but after Blue Monday, come on, you've got to pull your socks up and get on with it.
Yeah.
And I think,
do you think that?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if more people think that. I mean, I wonder if towards the end of Blue Monday, is there an enormous amount of pressure for you going into, what is it? top Tuesday.
So do you mean kind of like everyone at work today, if people are working in offices or in big groups, that it might be mentioned, it might be talked about, and then tomorrow nobody will talk about it?
What I mean by it is there will be a collective and mainstream acceptance to be a bit negative and a bit down today. And there'll be an assumption that allows lots of people who feel like that all the time to feel better about themselves.
But isn't that the beginning of change? Isn't that...
Possibly.
I mean, I know we're nowhere near having the proper attitude towards people that have mental health issues. I think we all have mental health issues because I think there's always something going on for somebody. But unless we have these imperfect dates or discussions or movements, are we never going to get any closer to having a much better one?
I agree. I mean, it's easy for someone who's not drunk for 15 years, and let's face it, alcoholism and addiction is part of depression. It's easy to sit there and go, Stoptober's pointless or Dry January's pointless.
Because you've been doing it for 15 years.
Because I've been doing it for 15 years, but not everyone has to stop like me. That's my situation.
Yeah.
So I recognise the fact that actually, though I do think if you've got a profound drinking problem or mental health problem, stopping anything for a month or whatever isn't going to help. I think by and large, for the vast majority of people who are just wanting to live more balanced, healthy lives, it's a great kickstart to the year. It's a nice way to detox. It might be a way to reflect on stuff. So I recognise that. And I think you're right. I worry that things like this simply hem the conversation into a limited amount of time.
Do you think that? And what would you be how do you cope when you have a blue day? Let's not just talk about Blue Monday or Blue Day. I mean, the things that I am going to do today is, right, the things for sure that is a chemical thing that goes on in our bodies. Our serotonin levels are at a real low in January because of the lack of light. Though we've had better weather. So things like things that you eat can make a massive difference. Things like chocolate, Brazil nuts, good protein. Look it up, Google it. Serotonin, you can find it in food. Cocoa. So if you like a hot chocolate, put a really good cocoa in. And these will, if you eat like this right through the year and help lift your serotonin levels. Another thing I'm going to do is go for a bloody walk today. Get out in nature. Because yesterday I didn't go because I felt a bit low. And I wish I had, because I know it would. You went and it made you feel much better.
I went out and I was sharing in the vlog yesterday. I went out. It was as urgent for me to go to the park, even though it was closing and it was dark, as it was drinking water after 24 hours of not drinking. It was critical that I got out. The other thing I was going to say is...
What do you do? Let us know what you do.
But what don't you do? Because I can tell you far more what I don't do.
What did you do yesterday that was disastrous for mental health and low mood last night? What did you do?
Last night?
Yeah.
Engaged with a troll. Only because I like trolls in books like Lord of the Rings, and I thought maybe they do eat rocks. This one doesn't eat rocks. This just ate my energy.
And there is no point. Do not engage in negativity. It just makes you feel more negative. I can produce so much negativity on my own.
Well, and the weird thing,
I'm a negativity machine.
Did you say that? I never think of you generating.
Oh God, in my own head, not outwardly, but in my own head.
I think you never realise that I know when you're struggling, and I can't tell you when I know you're struggling because you tell. Well, because you tell me that you're not struggling. Yeah. And that.
Because I'm not. That's not my place. I'm more somebody that looks after people.
No. I know, but I've seen that you've been in a blue place for a couple of days, or disorientated, or slightly. I mean, I've actually been worried about you a little bit, but I know that if I step, but this is something where people can be. I think one of the things, if you are a blue person, is try not to be snappy or scratchy with people when they're trying to reach out and help. Because what? No, and you.
No, hang on. I'm doing both.
Right, I was going to say because. If I felt right, I really wanted to come from a kind place for the last 48 hours, not because you necessarily had struggled with anything overt.
This isn't a how to stay
married. No.
That's
I know.
on our YouTube.
No, but what I'm saying is for people, be mindful of how you engage with others. I can be the same. I can be closed off because these are the people around. There are people around you wanting to help.
With people with depression, like I do with Mark, and Mark lives with whatever I am. I haven't got a name for it, but whatever I am. It is really hard to take care of yourself. I've had a lot of worries this week, a lot of worries about, people very close to me, and it's played on my heart and it's played on my mind. And to be honest, sometimes the best thing to say is to just name what it is you're worried about, so that you don't come across, because sometimes you can feel helpless, can't you? And you know that there's nobody that can help you with it because things are just what they are. And I think you can push people away. So the thing to do sometimes is to name it. Like when Mark's been worried about certain things and I know what they are, it's best for him to say, this is what I'm worried about and I can't do anything about it, but I might be. And the same for me. And I think that can really help. in your workplace or in your relationships, to just name it and say, I know you can't help.
And can I also say, my inclination when I'm feeling like I'm struggling in a day, say in practical matters, is to have coffee. Too much coffee is great, yes, for Alzheimer's, I go on about it all the time, but actually too much coffee, my CBT therapists, artificially creates all the symptoms of depression.
Yeah.
Okay, so recognise that
Some,
you might want some, yeah, fine. The other thing to do, and this is really important, bloke or woman, find someone, or even don't find someone, it's all right to have a cry.
Yeah.
So if you're not someone who's feeling blue and you see someone having a cry today, don't shame them. Don't draw their attention to it unless they have asked for it. But, you know, I think having a cry, and the reason I say that is not about being soppy and navel-gazy. It's actually about a release of tension.
And what we've both learned, and I don't know if anybody else
this is really
agrees
nice
with this,
too.
or maybe if there's any therapists, what we've learned, both of us from therapy, is that when somebody cries, it is so our inclination to go over to them and put our arms around them. Sometimes that's not the right thing, because sometimes people just want to cry. It's like it can stop the crying when you do that. So it's really difficult to gauge it, isn't it? It's so difficult, don't you find? And I think sometimes if you're feeling that way and you're crying, it's okay if you've got with somebody there with you that you trust, is to say, can I have a hug? Or to say, I just need to have a bit of a cry.
And the other thing you can do is make yourself laugh.
Of course, this is just our opinion.
Make
We
yourself
are
laugh.
not in any way professional, but this is just the stuff that we'll be doing today, and not just Blue Monday.
And I've
Okay.
discovered that this really helps. If you've got one of these, do that. It's really calming.
Well, whatever works for you, eh?
Really calming. I love it. I'm going to take this with me to work today.
So annoying. Kiki and I really want to go out for a hot chocolate, a coffee, and a slice of cake. Mark's out with Maddie. I'm literally locked in because I can't find my keys. Oh. Now, this has made me think that maybe I can't wait for Stacey to come and help me tap to tidy, like she said she would once she's got her kitchen finished. Because the reason I can never bloody find anything is everything is so crazy in the drawers. I'm just going to show you my drawers. Whoop! I just rang Mark and he said he thinks he's seen them somewhere in here. It has got ridiculous, hasn't it? I mean, it has got ridiculous. I don't think I can wait for Stacey. I think I've got to do it. I've got to be brutal. I've got to just, yeah, I've got to do this. Oh, it's so annoying. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's on a thing like that. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, that's not it. Jesus Christ. Annoying. And that is my head all the time. Okay, I'm going to have to bite the bullet. I'm going to have to do it. In there. While I was talking to you just then, I noticed that a text came in, and it's a photo of Mark drinking a cup of chamomile tea. I know. How bloody weird is that? Put the photo in here, Mark. So proud of you. Just got to get the meditation sorted now. Still looking. Ooh. You don't want to see behind there. I'm now getting to the point where I'm just having to look everywhere, even in the shoe cupboard. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's a pair of shoes. Now this is dangerous, you see, look. I've just come across that. I could so easily just put that in my mouth. I think this was sent for a reason, this terrible situation we are now locked in the house. This was God looking out for me, saying you need to clear up your drawers. No? We're locked in. Should we bake a cake instead? Oh my goodness. Okay, This is interesting. What you've got to understand, subs, is not another soul goes in that room. So, Mr. loves to run in my room and film it and tell everybody. Talk about yourself. Go on, you've got a minute. Talk about yourself.
I've got no self-defence.
I mean, do you see the madness of it?
Yeah, it's got that quite quickly.
Okay, let's have a little ponder.
It's got quite quickly.
Let's have a little whisk around. You'll notice everybody, the rest of the house is fairly tidy. We're back to this again. We're back to this again. And he thinks it's just me. What's your defence?
Well, to be fair, I haven't really got one.
Just say I'm as messy and disorganised as Nadia.
My name's Mark and I'm a messy fucker like her.
A messy denier. You're a
messy
denier, babe.
Yeah, but just because your mess is still up on pretty trees...
What do you mean? It looks lovely. That's not a mess.
That's you not putting something away.
No, but I do like it. I am scared of it going. I'm worried how I'm going to feel.
I'm worried about how... Yeah, I am. It's like it's propping up the fragility.
I know.
What fragility I've got.
I know. It's like when we take that time. But then again, we might feel amazing at the end of it.
I never feel amazing about anything. So we're about to do a late recording of Deadwater Fell. This year, one of our New Year's resolutions is if we commit to a series, we're going to make sure we review it, unless it becomes so bad, in which case we will notify you that we're not going to review
Actually,
it.
I get really annoyed with how bad some stuff can be. It's like, come on.
And we just, time is a premium, as you know, because we do so much.
So we just can't watch shows that shit.
But how was your Blue Monday?
Mine was terrible.
You had the bluest of Mondays.
I had a terrible Monday.
When they say
But I started off really quite well. We did that little film for IGTV, didn't we, about it? And I was really positive yesterday morning, and then I was just destroyed by events and by individuals.
Yeah, that's why I felt I had to do a little bit of a recording. I felt sort of hungover, spiritually hungover, I think was the phrase
That's what I feel like today.
Yeah.
I feel battered.
Right.
If I could just cry, I would, but I can't cry because I'm not a crier.
I
Yesterday I wanted to sob and I couldn't sob.
Really?
Yeah, I just find it so hard to cry.
It's weird.
I'll well up, but I don't cry.
Can you get the tears to just there?
No.
That's welling, isn't it? Welling is as they're about to burst.
Yeah, onto my eyes.
Just
but not
onto,
down.
can you get them onto your eyelids? Do they sort of hang for an eternity?
I'm bored of this conversation now.
No, but anyway, I can't cry. I don't cry as much as now I'm older. It's weird. As I get older, I can't cry. It's like literally my tear ducts don't generate as much water.
It's weird, isn't it? My dad's the same. My dad cries. Oh my God, it's the most heartbreaking thing when my dad cries because not a single tear comes ever, but he's properly crying.
Just the concept of your dad crying is enough to make me smash my face in and do damage to my...
But if he cries, like, he'll go like that, but he doesn't have any tears.
Well, I think we should...
Do you lose your tears as you get older? Bloody hell, we lose everything else, don't we? Bone density, hair loss, skin loss.
Well, I haven't
I
skin
don't
loss.
like it. Eye loss.
Hair growth, I seem to be getting on my nostrils and ears. It's fun, isn't
Jesus
it?
Christ, I've
all right,
depressed
all right,
myself
all right.
again.
Look, this is becoming Terrible Tuesday after Blue Monday. All right, we're going to review Deadwater Fell. Go to the other part of the channel.
Because we've got two...
You gave me them this morning and said,
No.
these are yours. Yes, they're the only pair around. You said, right, we need to make...
Right, we're going to have to put a mark on them.
You do that a lot. You borrow stuff off me, and then when I get it back, you say you've taken it from me, when you've either given it me or taken it from me in the first place.
It's so hard. We're going to have to put... I'm going to paint now, but... My God, Mark, what are you... Jesus Christ. You're like Dennis Healy again.
I know.
They're growing out
My
that way.
hair grows so fast.
You're so lucky.
Am I? Why do you say that?
Why wouldn't you want hair to grow fast? Everyone wants their hair to grow fast.
Do they?
Well, you do if you're a girl. The girls are constantly talking about...
You do if you're a long-haired pear or something, but I don't. I want hair on my head and I want eyebrows, but I don't want it to grow this fast. I used to have more hair there and there. I'm worried that slowly my eyebrows are vacating my face that way. There's such a big gap. I never had a monobrow, but I didn't have a gap that big. I wonder if
Can't find any scissors.
my head
You have
is...
to use the bread knife.
What?
Tony, you can't do the review like that. Just
You're
look down.
fucking
No,
joking.
Mark,
You're
Tony.
not using a bread knife.
No, I know what to do. It
No.
cannot hurt your eyes.
It's going to leave at least a split end, isn't it? Even I know that. I don't want split-haired, split-ended eyebrow hairs. I can't believe you're using a bread knife.
Well, they're pretty bad, and I can't find the scissors. Right, come on, we've got to do this review. So in about 4 minutes, we are going live. So Mark has been off preparing himself. God knows what he's been doing. Maybe a back crack and smack, or whatever it's called. Shall we call him out, Subs? Come on, babe. Are you ready? What are you doing? Mark! Oh my God, he's done it! Mark! I'm filming. We've got so stiff that just doing normal things. Mark, don't, because it's annoying. I don't want to come over. Just give it to me. Right. I've given Mark the challenge to just get up off the floor.
What do you mean?
Just get up off the floor. I want to see all the different things you have to go through to just stand
All
up.
the different things. Did you
Come
see
on.
what you just went through to
I
get
know
up?
that was bad enough. Go on, just get up. Oh my God, Mark. If we're like this now, what are we going to be like when we're 65?
When I'm 65.
Okay, walk over there.
What?
Bend down, get on your knees and call the dog.
Hey?
Get on your knees and call the dog. Go down on your knees.
Get on my knees and call-
Go down. Come here, dog.
Come here, doggy. Hey, Tufts.
Okay, now roll onto your
She's looking at
side.
me like you can't do.
Roll onto your side.
Well, I'm not a dog.
Roll onto your side. Right, now try and get up in one fell swoop.
What is one fell swoop?
Go on, one
you didn't
fell-
know what a fell was earlier.
Okay, one fell swoop. Off you go. Oh, Mark. Was that you trying to do it well?
Your turn.
Oh God, don't. I'm very
Right.
stiff.
So lie on your back.
No, this is going to be so...
Lie on your back.
That even hurt my Achilles heel.
Now get up really quickly. Like you're trying to... Now get onto bended knee and call the dogs.
No, I hate bent.
Now, come on. Babe, you look like a deranged pensioner.
We've got to do something.
I'm doing a workout every day.
You know, this says that we're going to die pretty soon.
Right, what you...
However many hands you have to use and things you have to use.
Get up and down from your
No,
knees
you do it
really
first.
quickly.
No, you sit down, right? And you've got to get back up.
So-
not using... No, right flat. No, it's right flat on the floor on your bum. Sit on your bum.
I can't do that with
And
my knees.
Rippon does this really well. No, just... She does.
Angela Rippon?
She's always showing off about how young she is. Sit on your bum.
I can't believe
Sit
I'm
on your bum.
comparing myself to Angela Rippon.
Sit on your bum. Yeah. Right now, no, legs round to the front. Right now, you have to get up without using anything. Go. I know. Angela Rippon doesn't use anything.
Angela Rippon?
Honestly, we're gonna have a look at it in a minute. No, right, you've used one knee. You're about to use your second knee. This is an actual test. This is one they use medically. This means you're going to die.
You'll go.
Right, we've got to watch Angela Rippon doing it.
I don't
Get it
know
up
what...
on
No,
the computer.
you do it first. You've got to watch Angela Rippon.
No, because I really depressed
Sit. No,
myself.
get your legs in here. No hands, go.
Your legs look broken. Why does your leg look broken?
One knee.
Babe, you're dead.
I was getting up, I slipped. I only used one knee.
Go on, and
again? You haven't got up
No,
yet.
I think you have to go from here. It's really difficult. What it really has to do. Yeah, no, I can't do it at all.
You've got to.
You have to go from
Your
sitting.
children are going to die if you don't do it.
No, but then I will immediately use my knees if my children are dying. I'm trying to do the test.
No.
No, you're not allowed to use anything.
You'll lose your family if you use anything other than...
You go from cross-legged.
Yeah, go. This is perilous. What are you doing? You're not diving. You look like you're diving into a pool.
And because I literally can't do it.
You've got to.
Try it, Sobs.
You've got to.
I can't. Not without using something. I can't. I've got my strength. Oh my God, I haven't got a clue on how I'm going to do it.
Well, can't get up until you do
Max,
it.
come and do it. Just do it. Show us youth.
Show us you.
Show us youth. You've just got to sit on the floor. You can't use anything. Not a knee. Not a hand. Right, not a hand, nothing.
Okay.
Wait, I don't understand
Right.
what...
So you're not allowed to use your
From
hands.
sitting to standing up without using anything.
That's it. Oh. Right, come on then, lads. We saw how it was done.
Just, look. Go cross your legs,
Yeah.
and then you push up with this one.
Oh my God, I cannot even explain to you how unutterably impossible that is.
Push up, like
Can't
use
you-
the
there's
side.
nothing here.
the side-
There's nothing here. It's like saying pick up that elephant. No, but there's no way I can do
You
it.
push up on the sides of your feet. Look, look.
I can't even feel where to go.
So your feet are like this, and then you pull yourself up on them.
So your feet are like this.
Go on.
But this is so easy. Now pull yourself, push forwards. Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God,
it.
there's nothing. I've got a really short life.
Just push upwards.
Babe, you're going to have a
Other
heart.
side.
Why are you breaststroking?
I swear to
Dad,
God,
you've
it's
gone
really
purple.
hard. I can't do it.
You just
I
sit
can't
down.
do it like, I can't do it
Okay,
at
let's
all.
see if you can. Wait, let's see.
I can't even get up one bit. God, what's happening now?
That is the only way you can do it without touching your knees on the floor.
No, I know. Look at the way. Right, Mark, you try. It's not possible. I can't do it at all. Mark, you try it now with going from cross-legged.
Okay, look, let me show you. Sit down. You can't even get down.
Oh my God, I'm worse than I was a
just
year
fell
ago.
getting down.
A year ago, I did this with Kay, and I could get a bit up.
Push your leg, just like that. No, yeah, like that's fine. You just push up.
You're not allowed to rock. That's cheating.
Just push up.
Maddie, this is old age.
My trousers
you
are really
guys haven't
tight.
even
Hang
got
on.
No, I know. That's what's so
Hang
worrying.
on, I'm going to change my trousers.
That's not going to make a blind bit of
It
difference.
is.
That is not going to make any difference changing your trousers.
What is going on over there?
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Disgusting.
Turn it off.
What the fuck?
Good to see Channel 5.
Disgusting
Good to
thing
see.
I've ever seen.
Good to see Channel 5 doesn't do sex anymore, as they keep telling us. Right, come on, one more go.
I'm going to find Angela Rippon doing
I
it.
thought it said vagina.
You're gonna what?
I'm going to find Angela Rippon doing it.
Why is Angela Rippon the benchmark?
Who's Angela Rippon?
Good question. Who is Angela Rippon?
I know. I mean, I can fully understand what. This is
I'm definitely going to change my trousers because I'm panic stricken now.
Well, first of all, you need to take your shoes off.
All right, okay.
You should do
what
this
you need to do.
barefoot.
Yeah,
And then you have to cross your legs.
yeah.
And then try to lower yourself to the ground without touching the ground with
Oh,
any
yeah, you
part
have
of
to
your
lower
body,
yourself
your hands,
first.
your
Yeah, no,
knees,
but
your
what if you've got
arms.
knee
Just go
injuries?
down very
Well, that's
slow.
different.
Like that.
Excellent.
Oh
Now
my
what?
God.
Now you have to try to stand up again without using any part of your body to help you stand up.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do this.
Just get up the best way you can.
It's harder than you think.
It is. You used a knee, but you're still very, very good for your age.
But look, why
Okay.
does doing that, what I just did, why does that tell you about what's going on with my body?
You're showing how strong your muscles are, and without wobbling at all, you're showing how good your balance is. It's really telling us how well you're aging.
Oh, God. I'm aging
Get
really
to it.
badly.
Get to it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Get to
Look,
it.
this test could predict how long you will live.
Yeah.
5 years.
But what if you could predict your longevity quickly, easily,
This
and
is
without
it.
even leaving your home?
Like that?
Today in St. Louis, reporter Dana Dean just perfectly executed
Yeah.
the sitting rising test.
Sitting
Scientific
rising
studies
test.
over the past 15 years have proven if you have trouble getting down and getting back off the floor, it's nothing to laugh at.
Oh, there's no way.
Come on, babe. Don't be despairing. Have another go.
No, but there's some. I think every bit that you use takes another 5 or 10 years
yeah,
off your
there is
life.
some- yeah, come on. Have another go because you're using everything. You can't even move.
Darling, I cannot do it. You've got to, Maddie, you have to sit down and then stand back up. You have to go from standing to sitting and standing again. Can you do that? No, stand up.
Yeah, but I'm 17 years old.
Come on.
Darling, I can't do it at all.
Try it again.
Oh my God, wait. You can't get down with it.
Hang on, I'm really scared I'm going to break something.
Go to, on
Go
your bum.
slowly. Where are you going forward?
You can't go on your bum.
No, but look, you're going down with your feet really close together. You just... Go down backwards. You keep going forward.
Not at all.
Okay, now get up.
Subs, honestly, you've got to try. Well, don't try it, you might break something.
Yeah.
Listen, there is the only way I'm going to be able to get up is to use.
Yeah, but then you're
One
using
knee.
your knees.
No, but I can use one knee.
I don't
That's
even
quite
think you're
good.
using
And a hand.
I'm just going to
Your
try.
hands down.
Just use two
The
hands.
thing-
You just use two hands.
No, no,
and-
Guys, I'm just going to use both knees and both hands.
Yeah, just use a hand, which is and a knee.
No, but the thing is, I know is
And
that
my face.
I cannot do it with no aid, so I'm going to try and do it with one, because at least just one knee is better than nothing.
Is it? I think it defeats the point.
No, you want obviously to be like you, but I can't do that. There's like no way. I mean, there's nothing. When I go like that, there's nothing. I'm going to try and get
but
up
you're
with
not,
one knee.
You're not trying. That's both knees.
No.
Yes. No. You went like this. I went, that's both knees. You went, no.
Yeah, you did. You lifted your knee.
Lifted a knee.
Okay, I'm going to try and do it with one knee.
Yeah. That's both knees. What was the hand thing? She was like... Oh my God.
Oh my God!
You really
I
killed
need to
me
go
in the
away.
process.
I need to go to a spa.
If you can get up.
Trainer.
If she can get up.
I need a personal trainer. I need to be in a program. I need to be somewhere. I need celebrity fat cam.
I'm just going
What
to
was
get
that
up.
thing they used to do? Celebrity
I'm just
fat
gonna
cam.
get up.
Bitch. Right, you try and do it. Try and get down and then get back up. Oh, did that hurt?
Really bad.
Mark, I think you've done something. I'm so fucked. He went and tried to just smack his ass. I'm so fucked. Mark, what? You've aged yourself. Mark, I hope you haven't compacted your spine.
Exactly what it sounded like.
Mark, you looked awful. Oh, babe! Oh, Mark! You were
Not joking.
You were really showing off. Yeah. Just give me a minute. Here I go. What an arsehole. In your stupid pajamas. I don't think you should try it. I don't think you should try it. Oh my God, I can't bear it. No, that's a knee. Maddie, you can't get anywhere. Nowhere.
My knees are gonna snap.
This is what the doctor was saying. People can do aerobic. No, that's cheap. You've done like that's 50 years. You used everything.
Really hurt my back. Oh, my knees.
Right, bye, you shit. I'm going to read my book. I hope you're not filming me. I look distraught.
Try and get down and get up
dishevelled.
again.
No, I'm never doing it. I've found an exercise plan to improve your sitting down and getting up.
What does it involve? Sitting down and getting up.
Yeah, basically.
What's for sitting down and getting up? Oh, babe.
God's sake. Night subs. Oh, not again, Mark. It's just boring.
I am not having this.
Where is it?
I am not
Where
having
is
this.
it? That is my initial on my thing, and you've taken the thing.
Right, do you want to know what I found by the bed? That, your side of the bed, with that.
That was because
Both
you...
mine.
That's
Both
because
mine.
you'd taken mine. I had to take it as a punishment.
There's yours. Just kiss it.
No, because you're going to hiccup in my
I'm not,
ear.
I can't, I'm
Yes,
not
you
gonna-
are. It's so obvious. Every sub on the planet knows you're going to hiccup in my
No, I'm
ear.
not gonna-
Don't do it.
Come on.
No, I don't
Hug me.
want it. No,
Hug me.
I've already got it. Knew it. I'm going to plug my plug in you. Ow! That would be Mark, that really hurts. Let go of my plug.
These are
Let go of it.
These
Let
are
go
the
of
oddest
it.
grips I've ever known anyone.
Let go of my finger.
Let
it's
go of my arm.
twisting. You started it. You right. You've gone in my ear again, and you've twisted my finger.
Babe, let me just remind you, you couldn't sit down or stand up.
Did
Why am I wearing a tiger and these trousers?
I'm 7 years older than you, and you couldn't do it.
I've got cruciate ligament.
I got up with one knee.
She's filmed us on Snapchat.
Oh no. Really hurt my finger.
That's sheer panicking.
Yeah, because it's totally twisted. Why are you talking? You sprained my upper middle finger.
Kiss bed.
Why have you got your backpack on? How,
Because I've got to keep my things, because otherwise you steal them.
how is your new bag?